This is about you making a decision. And I'm holding space right now for you to make that decision. And if it's not time for you to make that decision, that's fine. It'll hurt more, and then maybe it'll be time later. But right now, you clearly see that you have that opportunity to make that decision. We're not selling a product, we're selling a decision. People buy because they're making a decision, not because they like the product. And that's what's so powerful about helping them get in touch with pain, because they can see how much it hurts to not make the decision. All of these other problems, they actually point to a deeper problem. And so your real product is the deeper problem.
What I see, I guess, in many coaching programs or what people sell is that they guide people into solving those things on the surface, which I'm not as interested in working with. I want to solve the core issues that helps them to solve all their problems. There are so many different problems that I can give some example, which is referring back to what it is that I'm actually working with, which is what's lying underneath.
Exactly. And that's your product. You're talking about all these other problems, and that's great and helpful because it offers a bit of clarity. But really, you're exposing this to point to the deeper problem, and that's your product. And so this
because people are tired of all of these kind of quick fix thingies. They want the deep thing.
And those are the people who are going to buy. And the people who want to fuck around with the tiny problems, they're not going to buy. And also, your role as the salesperson is to get them to see the deeper problem. It's like, yes, I understand you want to solve XYZ, but do you see how this is directly tied to the deeper problem? And then solving the deeper problem is not something that happens with one conversation. And so, yes, play with all those problems, play with all the different modalities. But I think it's also something that you recognize deeply in yourself. Like, what is this really about, though? What do we keep coming back to?
In my relationship to my clients, or in what I'm doing in the bigger picture?
In relationship to the real problem you're trying to solve, which is also in relationship to the type of person you want to work with. Because even though you're sharing content that's speaking to a lot of different people, and a lot of those people are not the type of person you want to work with, that's fine. Mm-hmm. Because then those people will know people, and on and on. That's why I love adding broad value, like talking about all different types of subjects. But also what I try and do is like fundamentally bring it back to a deeper issue. And then when I talk to people, when they've been experiencing that for some time, months or years, they understand my authority on that one issue.
And when you're in a sales call and you're selling the result, and they say, but how do you do it? What kind of techniques do you use? I guess, how do you not get stuck in answering their questions? Yeah. Because I want to sell the results, but then I get caught in them wanting to know what's in the program or what are the techniques that I'm using. And then they're like, oh, you use that technique. Oh, my friend is doing that one. Then maybe I can go to them. I want to focus on, this is the result.
It's deeply connecting with the heart of the matter between me and that other human being, where I'm communicating in some way that this isn't about techniques. This is about you making a decision. And I'm holding space right now for you to make that decision. And if it's not time for you to make that decision, that's fine. It'll hurt more, and then maybe it'll be time later. But right now, you clearly see that you have that opportunity to make that decision. We're not selling a product, we're selling a decision. People buy because they're making a decision, not because they like the product. And that's what's so powerful about helping them get in touch with pain, because they can see how much it hurts to not make the decision. I feel like my deep skill set when it comes to sales is a compassionate directness, where I feel genuinely connected to the heart of their struggle. And in a playful way, I challenge them on their bullshit. And also, what I feel helps tremendously is not needing the sale. And I know that comes across so clearly when I talk to people. I'm not in a position to where I need you to buy this. I'm looking for people who really want to...
Are ready to do the work.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I tell them straight up, if that's not you, that's perfectly fine. But at the same time, I don't want you to talk yourself out of the opportunity you've been waiting for. And so I'm going to challenge you on your no. Is that really a no, or are you just scared?
They don't say no. They want to think about it. They are like almost a yes, and then they want to think about it, and then they come to the no in a couple of days.
That's so common. So many instances where they say no, but then it gets turned around into a yes. And then so many instances where they say yes, then they say no, and then we turn it back around to a yes. I'm all for people getting off the call and deciding on their own. I can totally honor the space where it's like, I need to think about it, but I also prepare them for what's about to happen, which is I've seen this numerous times. Right now, there's something in you that's excited about this opportunity. Right now, you see the potential and the benefit of it. And then when you get off the phone, just like you've experienced your whole life, your mind's going to try and talk you out of it. The mind's going to try and protect you and help you stay in your comfort zone. And it's going to come up with lots of fantastic excuses about why this isn't the right time, even though right now, as we're talking, you see how it's perfect timing. Not only is it perfect timing, but it's necessary. And so I totally support you in your decision to think about it, but just be aware that that's going to happen. And then if you could do me the favor, after you think about it, we jump back on Zoom and see what's going on. And then even if somebody tells me yes, like, okay, yes, I'm going to bank wire you money, I don't assume they're going to bank wire me money because there's always that mental game that they're going to go through. And so I'm fully prepared for another conversation. I'm actually always rather surprised when they always just wire me money. It's like there's a process, especially when you're asking for a lot of money.